Have you ever felt drowned? Not in water, but in noise. A cacophony of voices, each one telling you who you should be, what you should want, how you should live. It's a suffocating feeling, isn't it? Like trying to breathe underwater. And often those voices aren't kind. They whisper doubts, amplify fears, and relentlessly point out every perceived flaw. They tell you it's foolish to chase a dream that seems impossibly distant. They warn you of the pain, of the struggle, of the inevitable failures. They paint a picture of a future riddled with disappointment, and they urge you to settle, to be safe, to be small. But what if those voices are wrong? What if everything you've been told to believe is a carefully constructed illusion, designed to keep you from discovering your own strength? It takes years, not a quick fix, not a self-help book or a motivational podcast, but years of dedicated effort, of relentless self-examination, years of willingly enduring hardship to even begin to filter out that noise. Years of pinpointing with absolute clarity what you actually want. Not what your parents want, not what society expects, but what truly ignites a fire within your soul. Imagine a sculptor chipping away at a massive block of stone. Each strike of the chisel is deliberate, focused, purposeful. It's exhausting work, physically and mentally. Dust fills the air, obscuring the vision. Doubt creeps in. Will this ever become something beautiful? Will all this effort be worth it? But the sculptor persists, driven by an inner vision, a conviction that something extraordinary lies hidden within the stone. That's what this is. Life is the stone, and you are the sculptor. And those voices, they're the distractions, the obstacles, the forces trying to prevent you from revealing the masterpiece within. The more you practice, the more you hone your craft, the more you refine your focus, the easier it becomes to ignore the negativity, to silence the doubt. It's a daunting task, absolutely. Every instinct screams at you to quit, to give in, to take the easy path. But beneath that fear, there's a quiet strength, a stubborn refusal to surrender. A conviction that says, I know I can do this. That conviction isn't born from arrogance. It's forged in the fires of relentless practice. It's the unwavering belief in the power of your own dedication. I once held a dream, a vision that felt impossibly far away decades ago. And every single voice around me told me I was delusional. They told me to be realistic, to be sensible, to get my head out of the clouds. They said I was setting myself up for failure. It was a constant barrage, a relentless chorus of negativity. But I kept working. Day after day, I put in the effort, I honed my skills, I pushed myself beyond my limits. I didn't just do things, I relentlessly pursued what mattered to me. Think of it like laying bricks. One brick at a time. It doesn't seem like much, does it? Just a single brick. But lay another one, and another, and another. Day after day, week after week, month after month. Slowly, steadily, something remarkable begins to take shape. A wall. A foundation. A structure that can withstand the most powerful storms. That's life. Lay enough bricks and you will win. You will build something extraordinary. But it requires courage. A raw, unwavering commitment. It requires a willingness to ignore the naysayers, to dismiss the critics, to believe in yourself even when no one else does. It requires a heart filled with passion, a mind focused on purpose, and the audacity to tell the world, I know what I know, I listened to myself, truly listened, long before I listened to anyone else. I discovered a truth that was uniquely mine, a truth that couldn't be found in books or lectures or advice from well-meaning friends. People called me crazy, misguided, a troublemaker. They said I was on the wrong path, that I was wasting my time. But here's the paradox. If I was so wrong, so misguided, so utterly delusional, how could I have achieved what I've achieved? How could I have become a trailblazer, forging my own path, creating something new and meaningful? The truth is, it hurts. It's messy. It's painful. It requires pushing through discomfort, facing your fears, and embracing vulnerability. That's the part people don't want to acknowledge. They want the highlight reel, the success story, the effortless triumph. But they don't want to see the scars, the sweat, the tears. They don't want to understand the price that must be paid. And that's why some people dislike hearing my story. Because it doesn't offer easy answers or quick fixes. It demands something more. It demands everything. It requires going against the grain, challenging the status quo and venturing into the unknown, often alone. It's about intentionally putting yourself in situations where you're outside your comfort zone, where you're forced to grow and evolve. It's a deliberate rejection of mediocrity. Do I believe happiness is amplified by suffering? Absolutely. The deeper the pain, the more profound the joy. The greater the struggle, the sweeter the victory. Weak people see my story and assume I'm miserable. They see the scars and assume I'm broken. They fail to recognize the incredible strength and resilience it took to overcome those challenges. They're missing the entire point. Look beyond the surface. Look at what I've overcome. Tattoo that badge of honor onto your brain and wear it with pride. If I, someone who was told they would amount to nothing, can achieve this, what are you capable of? Don't underestimate your own potential. Don't let the voices of doubt define you. Don't let the fear of failure paralyze you. Am I happy? Don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about fleeting moments of pleasure. I'm talking about a deep, abiding sense of purpose. I'm content, I'm driven. I'm continually striving to become a better version of myself. But I'm not finished. Not even close. There's still so much more to do, so much more to create, so much more to contribute. This is the warrior's mentality. This is the way to maintain balance, to stay grounded, to hold on to your identity in a world that's constantly trying to shape you into something you're not. There's a saying, in 100 men going to war, 80 are simply targets, 9 do most of the fighting, and only 1 is a true warrior. I've seen this play out everywhere I've gone. Most people just show up for life. They exist. They react. They drift. But a select few, they fight. They create. They innovate. They leave their mark on the world. I want to be among those 9. I want to be the one. And that starts with a daily ritual, a deliberate act of self-discipline. My morning run. It's the one thing I hate the most, and that's precisely why I do it. It's my cup of coffee. It's my armor. The world is a battlefield. The moment you leave your house, the moment you open your phone, you are exposed to negativity, to criticism, to manipulation. I need to be prepared. I need to be fortified. So I armor plate my mind and body. Just like a soldier putting on their gear before going into battle. I wake up, I run, and I build resilience. I don't rush. I don't get disorganized. I know I'm going to get hit. The art isn't avoiding the hits, it's learning how to take them. It's about developing the mental fortitude to withstand the pressure, to bounce back from setbacks, to emerge stronger on the other side. You have to give yourself a foundation of confidence, and that starts with that run. I run at least 12 miles, often fasted, for anywhere from 90 minutes to 2 hours. Then it's a small meal, followed by a gym session, 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Then the stretching and meditation, a dedicated block of 2 hours every single night. It's a rigorous routine. It leaves little room for anything else. But that's by design. I need that structure. I need that discipline. I need that unwavering commitment to self-improvement. Sleep is also critical, 7 to 8 hours consistently. There's no room for shortcuts, no room for excuses. This isn't just a schedule, it's a lifestyle. And it's been this way for 7 years. And it's the reason I'm able to cap my success. Because chasing external validation, chasing material possessions, chasing fleeting moments of pleasure, that would compromise everything I've built. That would erode my focus, dilute my energy, and ultimately derail my purpose. I realized I was wasting my time when I was concerned with what other people thought. I was a prisoner of their expectations. I had to break free. I had to reclaim my own power. I remember a time when I felt lost, adrift, constantly seeking approval from others. I thought I was on the verge of collapse. I felt like a failure. I wanted to go back to my father, to seek his validation, to finally understand where I went wrong. I wanted him to tell me it wasn't my fault, that I wasn't to blame for the pain and suffering I had endured. I drove to Buffalo, to the same old haunts, to the same old places. I sat on the same couch where he'd betrayed my mother. And I waited for an apology, for acknowledgement, for some sign of understanding. But it never came. Instead, I began to see the truth. I saw the cycle of trauma, the way his own unresolved demons had been passed down to me. His father had subjected him to unimaginable abuse, and he, in turn, had been unable to break free from that pattern. His demons became my demons, and nobody was going to save me from them. Nobody was going to fix it for me. I realized that I had to take responsibility for my own healing, for my own growth, for my own destiny. The drive back home was a revelation. I wasn't looking for forgiveness anymore. I was looking for self-acceptance. I was looking for the courage to confront my own darkness and to emerge victorious. I took his demons and mine and I transformed them into fuel. I harnessed that pain, that anger, that resentment, and I channeled it into something positive, something powerful, something meaningful. Don't miss the story. Don't get caught up in the superficial details. Look beyond the surface and see the struggle, the sacrifice, the relentless pursuit of purpose. If I can overcome these obstacles, if I can build something extraordinary from the ashes of my past, then so can you. The potential for greatness lies within each and every one of us. But it requires work. It requires courage. It requires a willingness to embrace the pain, to learn from the failures, and to never, ever give up on yourself. Believe in your own power. Silence the noise and build your masterpiece.